students, greetings to all. In this module, we will be continuing with our ongoing chapter, that is chapter 4 of biology, reproductive health. We'll be basically talking about ARTs, that is assisted reproductive technologies over here, which are actually a boon to the childless couples, those who are the females who are unable to conceive or who are unable to turn pregnant. It could be because of the blockage of the fallopian tubes, that the fallopian tubes of the oviduct are blocked, or else it could be because of oligospermia, that is the male is producing less number of sperms, the sperm count is less. So then in that case, the couples, they can go in for assisted reproductive technologies. Now, the assisted reproductive technology, the main basic for technologies which we are going to discuss about, that is we are going to talk about the test tube baby, that is the in vitro fertilization. So firstly, we will be dealing with in vitro fertilization. And then we'll be talking about a gift, that is gamete intrafallopian transfer. The second technique, the third technique which we'll be discussing, that is AI, which is referred to as artificial insemination, and the next is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So that is ICSI. So firstly, we'll be talking about the test tube baby or the in vitro fertilization. Now when I use the term in vitro, so that means it refers to the conditions outside the body, and in vivo, that means inside the body. So when I say in vitro, so that means here we are talking about the laboratory condition. So laboratory, so the medium is outside the body, but the conditions will be created like they are there in the body of the human female. So in vitro fertilization means that fertilization is taking place in the outer medium, in the laboratory condition, and it will take place in the petri dish. So the sperm and the egg will be fused in the petri dish, in the laboratory, and the conditions which will be created, that will be similar to the conditions which are present in the human female at the time of fertilization. Now, why the terminology used test tube? This is because in laboratory, basically when the most commonly used apparatus, that's a test tube, and therefore the term given test tube baby. Now the test tube baby, this concept was developed by Dr. Petrus. So Dr. Petrus was the person who had developed this concept of test tube baby, and the embryo that was formed by in vitro fertilization, that it survived up to 29 days. So the baby, the embryo which was produced, it survived just for a period of 29 days. Then when we talk about the world, in the whole world, so the first test tube baby that was produced, that was developed, it was Louis Joy Brown. So Louis Joy Brown was the first test tube baby that was developed in the year 1978. And if we talk about India, the first test tube baby that was developed was Kanupriya Agrawal by under the guidance of Dr. Mukherjee. Kanupriya Agrawal, that was again in the same year, that is 1978, and she is also commonly referred to as Durga, because that's the mother goddess's deity which is worshipped in India. So in India it was Kanupriya Agrawal, in world it was Louis Joy Brown, developed in the year 1978. Now basically when we talk about in vitro fertilization, so what happens in this technique is that the egg is taken from the donor. So here in this case, here the females were able to produce the egg. So the egg was taken up and that was fused with the sperm in the laboratory. So the fusion will be carried out in the lab conditions. That means in the Petri plate, the fusion was carried out, and that led to the formation of a zygote. So the sperm and the egg, they fused it together to form the zygote. Now when we talk about this in vitro fertilization, basically it can be divided, it can be further, it includes two types, that is, one is ZIFT, zygote intrafallopian transfer, and the next we are having, that is IUT, intrauterine transfer. So now in this case, that is in case of in vitro fertilization, the egg that was fused with the sperm, either the egg could be taken from the mother or it could be from any other donor. But here in this case it was taken from the mother itself, and that formed the zygote. So zygote is a single cell having two nuclei. It will undergo cleavage so as to produce embryo. So embryo is a mass of cells. Now here the cells which are dead, they are basically referred to as the blastomeres. So the cells which you see over here, these are the blastomeres. So in this technique, that is ZIFT, that refers to zygote intrafallopian transfer. Now this zygote, when it turns out to be in the 8-celled stage, it can be implanted in the fallopian tube. So the zygote which is 8-celled, right, that means it is having those cells referred to as blastomeres. When it is in that condition, it will be transferred into the fallopian tube. Now, when the zygote further undergoes cleavage, and if the zygote is of more than 8 cells, that means maximum up to 32 cells, then in that case the implantation cannot be carried out in the fallopian tube. So the implantation will be done in the uterus, and then it is referred to as intrauterine transfer. So now the zygote, which is 8-celled or 32-celled, the cells referred to as blastomeres, is either implanted in the fallopian tube, or the implantation is done in the uterus, and finally, because the female has such, the uterine cavity is well developed, so then in that case, she can carry out the development of the fetus in her body, and finally after a period of gestation period of 9 months, the fetus can be eliminated out from the body. So in this module, we had discussed about the concept of in vitro fertilization and the test tube baby. Thank you.